10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds. You've got 10 remaining. Seconds. What's the hold up, Sunshine?
Sand King.
Radiant team pick. The player is reconnected. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Fiend.
Dire team pick.
Dark Seer.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining.
Sven stands ready.
Radiant team pick.
Omni Knight.
I feel like someone on Dilecom didn't tell them that they banned out Meepo, because all of Dilecom's heroes are once again very good against Meepo. Sven is really good, Winter Wyvern's really good, Sand King's really good, and if Ember Spirit goes the former right-click sleight of fist build, it's also quite good against Meepo. But you know, they have plenty of synergies within these heroes against any enemy carry. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Meepo. Cleave is good against everyone, and whenever you can vacuum, burrow strike, or get all people bunched up in a Winter's Curse, then Sven has a grand old time.
10 seconds remaining. 5
Like I
seconds
said,
remaining.
is there an obvious reason to you as to why Omni Knight makes sense here? Is the repel really good? What's the deal?
Guessed it, and in terms of synergies, there's not really much. I mean, Omni Knight has been proven to be a pretty competent offlaner. As we can see, this poor man's shield being picked up by Bulba, and he's just going to go straight over there. And like I had mentioned, there is a fair amount of magic damage on Dilecom, and so if you just repel yourself, it's pretty easy to offlane. The problem is that you may have mana issues as an Omni Knight, because you also want to be able to use Purification to farm, because it's kind of difficult to get close to the lane, especially against a Winter Wyvern. But yeah, I mean, armor is great, Guardian Angel against Sven, but I wouldn't have picked it first, so I'm curious to see what they do with this Omni Knight.
Yeah. Again, clearly had a mindset that they liked the hero with the way how quickly they picked him up, but you mentioned he's going to have that poor man shield headed towards the top lane. I think he might even be checking out the top rune up here. He's positioned as if he's kind of curious to. Also just kind of being a scout. The Shadow Fiend who wants to pick up the top rune.
Yeah, because this is actually a reasonably aggressive line that Dilecom had. They could challenge runes if they wanted to, but it's I don't see it very commonly in professional games, and every time I do, it's like basically 50-50 if it works out, and sometimes the enemy team will just be like, whatever, you can have it, I'm not gonna fight.
Yeah. So the runes, no contestant coming out.
I'll take that.
Around. That'll be that, but Winter Wyvern, he'll be supporting the Sven at the top lane, of course. Sand King is actually setting a mid.
Oh wow. Wait, no, he's just blocking.
So
Ember was waiting to get the rune.
Excuse me for a second right there. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, what is going on? So yeah, it's going to be a 4 Sand King, of course, and Ember Spirit does make its way to the middle. So Ember versus Shadow Fiend middle lane. Earth Spirit though nearby, and here we go. Barrels in immediately and apply some damage. Now, of course, Abed here doesn't have the raises yet, so gonna throw out some auto attacks. But Earth Spirit fight his brother in the Ember Spirit here. Are they brothers? I don't even know.
The deepest lore, and the deepest gank. Burrow Strike up on top onto Bulba. Stormhammer. Might
Block,
get this.
kicking in too. Yeah, the double stun. Yeah, poor man shield is too strong. Still alive. Too much mitigation, so he'll be fine. Middle lane, I mean, obviously with Earth Spirit being here, you'd expect Shadow Fiend to have a really good time, as he definitely is having a good start. I mean, he's just gonna keep going actually. So I was gonna say, is there hope for Ember Spirit to maybe like pull ahead of Shadow Fiend even, or is this start just gonna really excel Shadow Fiend here?
Only if Ember Spirit, I mean, if Shadow Fiend gets such a large lead that some sort of turnaround by Sand King gets a really good kill, because I've seen plenty of mid lanes turn around just from one support rotation. But if they're gonna just stay one-on-one, or it's not even one-on-one, it's one-on-two. If they're just gonna stay one-on-two, Ember Spirit is going to hate his life.
Yeah. Top lane, Omni Knight. He was collapsed on it quite a bit earlier, but they're not able to get the kill. Bulba seems like he knows his limits pretty well. And has that purification, and Repel's going to be kind of short. He's trying to leech enough experience to at least get level 2. So it would make him a lot more difficult to kill on top of that. Bottom lane, Darkseer could be in some trouble. Earth Spirit here. He doesn't know that. Guy Shello has a surge, going to run the other direction. But it's going to be tough to get out of here. Going to be lifted up, going right on down. Do they have enough follow-up damage? They do not. And 208 will survive for the time being. The final auto attack still not enough. That Stout Shield actually keeping him alive, and he's going to heal on up.
You know, these shields keeping these offlaners alive, because actually just now Bulba was surviving another 3-man attempt on him as he finally did hit level 2 after intercepting this large pull camp. And so it's a story of tanky offlaners as we yet again another attempt on the Darkseer.
Slam him into the ground, and this time they got it. First blood comes out. Mason takes a lot of damage, and so does Dubu, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta take a lot of damage to make that kill happen. So finally, first blood. But yeah, these offlaners proven to be a pretty difficult task in terms of actually killing here.
And now Sand King gonna return the favor after Earth Spirit spent so much time mid. It looks like there might be another rotation. It's only level 2 Sand King though, so Burst Strike range is pretty paltry, but they can get a setup for Ember Spirit, who's actually leaving, so never mind.
I feel like Ember Spirits has been in the jungle for a while. I've kind of been noticing on the minimap that Zykon's been over here in the jungle quite a bit, and Shadow Fiend, I mean, 20-3 free farm here in the middle lane. So does that surprise you that Ember Spirits maybe been jungling instead of laning quite a bit?
I think he's concerned if he can't see the Earth Spirit. As soon as the Earth Spirit's on the map, then he's like, okay, I can go to the lane. But if Earth Spirit's nowhere to be seen, then it's almost like being afraid of a Nyx assassin. Then you're just like, I don't want to have to risk any of this. It's almost like my Sand King can go pop a smoke and might get killed.
Thrown out. Wow.
That's called tanking the gank.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I found them, guys. Found the Smoke King. Gonna be right here in the middle lane. So yeah, it's nothing he could do to that. Just simply he got caught by the smoke and thrown in the air, and that's a 2-0 start now for Team Onyx. So again, Abed here looking very good. Ring of Aquila finished. That net worth, he's the first one to hit over 2,000. Juggernaut also, though, doing pretty good.
What is going on? Darkseer's playing super aggressive. Gonna get the kill, actually.
There you go.
Almost definitely gonna die. That's okay. That's hashtag worth.
Absolutely. And I was just talking about how well Juggernaut is doing, so sorry about that. But good job by Darkseer, though. Again, he's proven to be a difficult hero to kill, and especially in a 1v1 like that. And most certainly, he's going to be able to run you down with that Iron Shell, and hard to fight it off, especially with no spin ready to go, of course. So play middle lane. Oh, Sand King, enough range on the Burrow Strike. It's only level 1, so yeah, didn't really feel confident. Chose not to go, and now Winter Wyvern actually could be in some trouble. Pops the Arctic Burn, trying to fly over the ledge, and Rubik says, no, get back here. That's a kill onto him. So 4-1 start now for Onyx.
I mean, even without having played the first handful of matches, Onyx is fitting Abed into their lineup perfectly. There's rotations, there's such good communication, the raises into the drop, which it's not elaborate, but it still requires some communication within your team, and I've seen plenty of professional teams mess up simple combos just because they're not on the same page, and right now Onyx are looking like they're definitely on the same page with each other.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good point to bring up, because as we've been mentioning, I mean, this is the debut of Abed here with this team, and this is a new team altogether. I mean, I'm sure maybe these players individually, and perhaps they have skirmished a little bit, you know, obviously knowing that they're going to be in these qualifiers and everything, but this is their first official match together, and yeah, he's most certainly kind of stepped in pretty well. Now, obviously, last game, you know, he really just did his own thing, to be frank, but this time around, yes, the coordination's there, as you're pointing out, and it's not necessarily always so easy. So, bottom lane, though, try versus try lane all of a sudden coming out. Onyx going to play it somewhat safe here. Hug the tower, and yeah, they're going to fall back. Dilecom realizing that not going to have an easy victim there. All right, so speaking of Abed here on Shadow Fiend, talking about this play, let's talk about it some more. He's going to get power treads here. What does he go for? Does he go more of the Shadow Blade? Does he get the Yasha and a Manta? What's the deal?
I think this game, he could definitely afford to go Shadow Blade. I don't really know if he'll go for the first full Silver Edge. It's great against them to break. He's getting ganked up top right now. More great communication coming out. Let's see if they can get the kill.
Look at that Warcry, man. Just tank them up. Even level 1 Warcry, 5 bonus armor, more than enough to keep them alive right there through all that physical damage coming out. Now, actually, Earth Spirit going a little bit too deep. The Omni Knight heal's not enough. And he'll get turned, so not only Sven survives, but they turn on the Earth Spirit, actually.
Yeah, Repel not high enough level to have a low cooldown, otherwise... This is just a taste, though. Repel is going to start getting leveled, and a lot of Dilecom heroes are not going to be able to deal with a repelled up Shadow Fiend, which is why I think he can get aggressive with his item choice, go for something like a Silver Edge, or maybe even a Blink Dagger if he wants, because Shadow Fiend's #1 weakness is going to be mitigated by this Omni Knight presence, who's gotten a good enough start that they can snowball off of what Omni Knight can offer within the first 10 minutes of the game.
Rubik taking advantage of some free farm at the top lane, but yeah, the Dragon Lance coming out for Shadow Fiend, as mentioned, going to be queued up here. He's able to get that at this rate of farm, though. Should be pretty quickly. 3,800 net worth now and rising. Juggernaut, mentioned earlier, he's having very good farm. He died shortly after that, but he's back up to still having pretty good farm. Darkseer continuing to apply that pressure with the Iron Shell, making it somewhat difficult. As over here at the top rune area, 8-minute rune. It's going to be picked up. It's a double damage, but Shadow Fiend gets caught, though. Double stun. There's a third stone Stormhammer, but here comes the Omni Knight. Repel's put up. No Requiem just yet. Figure out what the race, though. Gets the kill on his Sven. Does drop shortly after, but at least he took him with him. We're going to see more, though. The silence comes down from Earth. The Purification at the last second. The boulder smash through. They don't have necessarily the most follow-up damage, but they will stay alive. Rubik coming in, though. Barrel roll forward at the end of the first strike. He does. The Fateful. He needs to go over the ledge right into the Ancients. Oh, God, that was scary. He is going to survive, though. Long run.
Yeah, I don't really know what Demon was up to. We just saw how he was free farming top, and that fight was going on for quite a while, and only at the tail end of it did Demon finally show up. But at least Shadow Fiend got the kill on the Sven before he died, and so being able to get that on the 1 position is really great, even though Ember Spirit did get a kill, and Darkseer goes down to an Omni Slash in the bot lane.
It's just kind of sad but funny, but because I literally looked away from my camera right as he started the Omni Slash, and I go back, and then Darkseer's dead, so...
Blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah, pretty much. So, quick Omni Slash and easy kill on the Darkseer. As a result, it's a good job by Mason right there, knowing the positioning and figuring that he had the free kill, and sure enough he did. But yeah, Sven again, able to survive that last 10th on him. He does max out the Great Cleave first, and it looks like he's going to be building into that armlet here as far as his first honor. Does he go the Echo Saber here, you think? You know, really kind of maximize that farm earlier on, or he's going to maybe get the blink, more teamfight wise?
It's under attack.
It's the change, depending on how these next few minutes go, because he might even need to go for a BKB very early on, because Rubik's telekinesis and these silences and stuns from the Earth Spirit are a big problem for a hero that gets so easily kited as a Sven. And a Blink Dagger would be great, but I don't think he'll be able to kill a target before Omni Knight can help that target out, unless if he blinks on the Omni Knight. And now Demon might get, oh, what a position.
The Demon, though, yeah, they didn't see him initially. They're going for Shadowfiend Requiem. Assault's going off, though. Does get Gemmer's Spirit as well. Sand King getting low.
Next
Another Rage comes out, and he goes down, actually. I mean, there's the Purification, and Puzzle Wall coming from Darkseer, but it seems like Onyx is winning this fight big time. Darkseer will fall, and now it's just Sven and Winter Wyvern. They're on the run. Winter has a cold embrace. Gonna use right here, I'm sure. Maybe. There we go. He uses it, but it's just delaying the inevitable. Double kill for Rubik, who got the Burrow Strike as mentioned. They finish off Winter Wyvern, and you better cancel that TP. Or not. That timing on the Revenant was perfect by Rubik. I don't think he should have ported in, though.
Yes, that is absolutely true. But really, can you plan for such a thing? I'm sure he probably shift queued Burrow Strike, and still the impeccable timing. Really nice fight by Team Onyx, and this is what I was concerned about. You may be able to get initiation, but if you can't stop the Omni Knight from getting his spells off, then you're not going to be able to finish off the fight. And they had some initiation. It wasn't the best because Rubik on Demon kind of intercepted the Sand King, and then stole Sand King's initiation by taking the Burrow Strike. So, yeah, it wasn't the best position to take a fight, or maybe it was just godlike positioning by Demon.
Yeah, seems like pretty well that fight. As you mentioned, picking up the double kill, that Burrow Strike, one of the better abilities you can no doubt steal here, especially mid-fight like that. And obviously, again, that started with the initiation on the Shadow Fiend, but the lack of follow-up damage clearly coming into play between the Guardian Angel, the Purification Heal, and of course that Repel from Omni Knight. Difficult tasks ahead for Team Dilecom, it feels like. And Sven, he's still even trying to finish that armlet. So he didn't even have the armlet as they were making that fight happen. Now, Ember Spirit does have the Veil at least. But there's an item that I noticed. Oh yeah, it is going to be a Shadow Blade on Shadow Fiend coming up. So he is going to go that route after the Dragonlance at least.
Yeah, Dragonlance is the staple. After that, it's kind of dealer's choice in this game. Like I said, Shadow Blade is going to be able to, even though it's kind of a glass cannon item on a Shadow Fiend, it's okay because this is plexiglass cannon when you have an Omni Knight behind him repelling, and it's gonna be Mason just barely getting out of a smoke gank. Doesn't even pop the smoke, so gonna waste some more time from Dilecom as they're like, where the hell is that person who was just here?
Yep, he is. He's in the middle lane with the rest of his team, and they're headed towards the top lane. They're smoked up themselves. Middle lane tower. Oh, nice deny actually by Winter Wyvern. Ports in and manages to deny the tower before they're able to finish it off. So, nice little play right there for Dilecom to be satisfied with. But top lane Sven could be in some trouble up here. He's running back, but he's running right
vision
into a trap. And right, they do have vision. There's the Burrow Strike from good old Rubik. And that's a couple of raises. Our Spirit's got it. That boulder smash. So they had the vision as mentioned with the ward behind the tower. And then that's my horrible circle attempt. And then here's the tower kill.
Sven has Blink Dagger queued up right now, but it's a very optimistic queue because the way that the game is going right now, they can't even kill this Omni Knight mid, who's just face tanking a bunch of, well, I guess, a level 3 Burrow Strike? Oh, I thought it was, here's one of his max, but yeah. Well, I guess Sand King is even more underleveled than I thought, and
all six, yeah.
And Sven, he's hoping to defend this top lane, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything.
No, Onyx winning that bottom fight especially, it really puts them so far ahead this early on in the game, upwards of 70, and this is a great team fight early on to the team too. As Earth Spirit's going to get caught, already porting out was one hero, I think Shadowfiend also got out of here too, so yeah, Onyx has to play the run game, and it looks like for the most part they should be fine. Knock gets away, and yeah, Shadowfiend and Omni Knight at the bottom lane. They're now going to push it out even more. So they all get away. Shadowfiend leading the push down here. Where's that Shadow Blade, buddy? Did he finish it? What's on the courier? It's a Yasha. Okay, he actually changed his mind. Now they're going to Yasha now. Into the Manta.
Okay. I guess maybe he's concerned about if Ember Spirit gets a nice route onto him, then there's a lot of follow-up that can come after. So it's less worth purging top lane though. But Sven,
as we saw earlier, he tanked it quite a bit. Yeah, as you mentioned, 2 supports. Here comes the Cold Embrace as well. Maybe Winter's Curse to try to help save the day. In the back around, the wall goes down. all know, the Pearl strike through from Rubik yet again. And there's the Omni Slash smash. One more auto attacking into the window. He gets it over the armlet toggle actually, and there's the one curse on to Mason in the background. But now he's turning on the darks here, so Sven will survive by running for most of that fight. And now their cold embrace coming out. This Winter Wyvern, I gotta say, is doing a lot of work in terms of keeping teammates alive. And now Demon, he's in trouble with Stormhammer still, and he uses it only to delay his death though, and he's dead for 30 seconds now. So Winter Wyvern or not, the MVP that fight, I think.
Definitely. That Winter's Curse at the last second didn't get any kill on the Juggernaut, but it saved Sven's life. And Mason had this Purge Creep, this 3-second cooldown Purge Creep, which he used twice on the Sven. He used it to start the gank, or I guess start after the Rubik had already initiated, and then proceeded to purge off the Warcry as soon as it came out on Sven. And he could have used it some more, and maybe would have gotten the kill on the Sven if he was just constantly spamming out the Purge, which is why Sven did not care about killing any heroes. He was just like, I'm just gonna kill this goddamn Satyr to make sure it doesn't purge me anymore, and then wants to make it out barely alive. But now Mason's got a fresh one, and that's going to continue to be an issue for Sven, which is why I still think that a BKB might be the play. It's a very conservative choice, but it's not that bad for Sven because God's Strength buffs you up from your strength, I guess attribute, and BKB gives a fair amount of strength in addition to damage, and of course the Avatar active is going to be invaluable this game, but we'll see. Smash still wants to make it aggressive, and hopefully that won't come back to bite him.
Yeah, the Blink Dagger, 1,200 gold saved up, so we'll see again what kind of play they're able to make once he gets it. Speaking of that, Sand King, more traditional Blink Dagger, would expect to see for sure, and has it queued up, but again, gonna be a while before he manages to pick it up here. 1,500 gold on Ember Spirit, meanwhile. Also a candidate for a Blink Dagger, possibly, but maybe not this game, especially with a couple others going for it. Darkseer has the combo of the mech and the Arcane Boots. Off to the side, Dubu. He's scouting it out as his team's doing Roshan. They see him there now as a Remnant used through. And Dubu's going to fall back. The Stormhammer just simply to stun him as he's running away, but no follow-up, however. Team Onyx, they definitely wouldn't mind picking a fight right now. Rubik, what did he get? Got an Ion Shell. Okay. Something. He's going to put it on Juggernaut and assist for the Roshan kill. Making use of it.
Dilecom doesn't feel confident going for this fight. I don't know if they know that Healing Word was used, because Juggernaut was pretty low. But in comes Initiation now.
Yeah, worst case scenario fighting right after they get the aid is pretty. Shot the back of one and a couple. No follow the Winter's Curse actually on a Juggernaut. He's spinning through. He is going to survive throughout that. Smashing back against stun, but out comes the Guardian Angel. And the Rockway up falls on top of that smash. Like, holy crap, I got to get out of here. He will be able to get out of there some way somehow. But Winter Wyvern, not the same story. He goes down. 1 for nothing so far. Ember Spirit jumps back in. Pretty yellow of him. But he's feeling good. His Stormhammer stun in the background, catches a couple. There's the cleave damage. Not enough, though. The God's Strength, he's going to be locked down. He's stunned. He's dead. Then goes down 45 seconds. He doesn't have a buyback. Ain't going to use his stealth. Sand King also picked off. And a fight well in favor of Team Onyx. As soon as that Guardian Angel come out, as it tends to so often, the fight just went well in favor of Onyx there.
Dubu is crushing it on Surth's Spirit. Even just before Dilecom even wanted to go into the pit, made sure he stunned out and silenced 2 Dilecom heroes. And then after that, Sven had an amazing Stormhammer onto the Shadow Fiend and the Rubik, and he was just one right click away from getting the kill. But if he didn't have Spell Immunity, he's going to get stunned. And this time he got stunned by the Boulder Smash, and then after that just got raised down. Armor doesn't matter if there's this much magic damage.
Look at this. They're going to siege the base at 18.5 minutes, working off of that team fight. Pearl Strike actually missing right there. But Omni Knight in the front line, too. He has his own mech and activated as they're running out of the base. Mission accomplished, of course. The rack's destroyed. So Dilecom really has their work cut out for them now. Definitely the grind is going to be real. Upwards of about 13,000 net worth lead, about a 7,500 experience lead. And you mentioned Shadow Fiend, the Aegis, the Mantis Style, another 1,100 gold saved up now. On top of that. And then, oh, by the way, there's Mason on Juggernaut that's doing too shabby himself. I think he just finished his own Manta.
Manta and Helm of the Dominator. It's the the thinking man's carry in 7.0. Everyone seems to go for it, and I don't blame them because it works to great success. Now, things might open up a little bit as Abed is considering going for a Blink Dagger, which, speaking of blinks, Sven did manage to complete his Blink Dagger. It's coming on the courier. So it's going to be useful. The thing is that I don't really know how many more fights Dilecom can take before the game is already lost. They've gotten 1 ranks down, and they barely have cracked, they haven't even touched the tier 2s yet of any of Onyx's towers,
Yeah, I'm totally with you, and it's not even hindsight, because the way the game was started was looking earlier on. Blade picked up an Ember Spear, by the way. He's going to use that right here to help him get out, but yeah, so speaking of somewhat more defensive style of items already coming out, that's definitely the case on the Ember Spirit there. But yeah, the lack of hell, that's another reason. Like, you look at Ember Spirit now, the Blade Mail, instead of, say, more aggressive an item to get some good damage out. You mentioned the BKB on Sven that he is working on next, but won't have it now for a bit. Getting that Blink Dagger instead. So overall, the damage output feels like it's going to be really lacking from Dilecom. And I think Onyx is totally aware of this because they're just going right into the base yet again. Age is still up. There's the repel. It's going to wear off there, but he's not scared. He's got the Aegis. He's just going to pound away at the tower. This is going to be a free tower kill.
Wyvern would love to curse, but the thing is that even if someone does stand next, as long as Juggernaut's not standing next to XF, then whoever you curse is going to survive.
Oh, Darkseer, he was just poking in, and he ends up going down. I don't know if he got force-staffed over the ledge or something, but maybe lifted, I guess. Yeah, it looks like Ruby might have lifted him, but anyways, he gets picked up, and there's Winter Wyvern going down. He has a flyback, but this even could be the beginning of the end, the way this is playing out right here. Maybe one last fight. Here we go. Darkseer, he's like, screw it, let's try something. Has the back to wall combination in the background. The Remnant Fiend is tanking epicenter. That's going to be nullified, though. The Guardian Angel out. That's a big backing, but the follow-up just not enough. Although Shadow Fiend's at half life. Curly blockaded. Out goes the Requiem of Souls, and the auto attacks to follow shortly after. Tanking Darkseer dead. There goes Sven, and guess who's still alive in the midst of it? It's that Shadow Fiend. You got to take the sports for sure. Finally goes down, but the Aegis is going to bring him right back up. And here comes the spam pings. I think that's going to be a 2-0 for Onyx here, most likely.
Those are pings. Well, you see this guy? You see why we drafted this? You see why we put on our roster? This is why we do it. That was Shadow Fiend was. Well, I can see why Abed has such a high win rate on it, and I mean, obviously, I don't want to give all credit to him. All of Onyx played together as if they've been playing for a very long time. It felt like a seasoned team, and maybe Dilecom isn't the most seasoned opponent, seeing as how they are half disbanded. It's basically like a cornucopia of South American players showing up. We have Sash and well, I guess the only real standards are Van and Z-Talk, but everyone else is kind of just taking a little tour of their team. former right-click sleight of fist build, it's also quite good against Meepo. But they have plenty of synergies within these heroes against any enemy carry. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Meepo. Cleave is good against everyone, and whenever you can vacuum, burrow strike, or get all people bunched up in a winner's curse, then Sven has a grand old time.
10 seconds remaining. 5
Like I
seconds
said,
remaining.
is there an obvious reason to you as to why Omni Knight makes sense here? Is the repel really good? What's the deal?
Guessed it, and in terms of synergies, there's not really much. I mean, Omni Knight has been proven to be a pretty competent offlaner. As we can see, this poor man's shield being picked up by Bulba, and he's just going to go straight over there. And like I had mentioned, there is a fair amount of magic damage on Dilecom, and so if you just...
Dire team pick.
Dark Seer.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Dire team pick.
Repel yourself, it's pretty easy to offlane. The problem is that you may have mana issues as an Omni Knight because you also want to be able to use Purification to farm because it's kind of difficult to get close to the lane, especially against a Winter Wyvern. But yeah, I mean, armor is great, Guardian Angel against Sven, but I wouldn't have picked it first, so I'm curious to see what they do with this Omni Knight.
Yeah. Again, clearly had a mindset that they like the hero with the way how quickly they picked him up, but you mentioned he's going to have that poor man shield headed towards the top lane. I think he might even be checking out the top rune up here. He's positioned as if he's kind of curious to. Also just kind of being a scout, a Shadow Fiend who wants to pick up the top rune.
Yeah, because this is actually a reasonably aggressive line that Dilecom have. They could challenge runes if they wanted to, but it's... I don't see it very commonly in professional games, and every time I do, it's like...
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining.
Sven stands ready.
Radiant team pick.
Omni Knight.
I feel like someone on Dilecom didn't tell them that they banned out Meepo, because all of Dilecom's heroes are once again very good against Meepo. Sven is really good, Winter Wyvern's really good, Sand King's really good, and if Ember Spirit goes the...
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds. You've got 10 remaining. Seconds. What's the hold up, Sunshine?
Sand King.
Radiant team pick. The player is reconnected. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow